you live this life or walk this road, then you can talk shit. Gambling with my life, but I refuse to go for nonsense. This the life I chose, this all I know, ain't many options. About to tell the truth, I make the rules like I'm Fleece Johnson.
Hey, what's up? This is Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. I'm here with Mr. Arthur Fleece Johnson. What's up, Fleece?
Man, how you doing, big brother?
Doing good, man. We just had Thunder over Louisville. Did you watch the fireworks?
Man, I was there.
You was there?
Man, I was there, trapped in traffic, man.
Yeah.
Took us about 2 hours to get out of traffic.
Did you enjoy the show?
Yeah, I did.
Good. Was that your first one you seen in person?
Yes.
That's cool. That's cool. Man, I want to talk about a subject today. About, you hit on it before about the when new inmates somebody gets transferred in, I first get arrested, I first sent up to prison. Mm-hmm. How if the correction officers don't like them, or they doing a favor for the nasty people in there, like you call them, the predators, how they would put them in a cell with them.
Yeah.
Known rapists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was an article in the newspaper here, online actually, about a recent chaplain that's been accused of what they call sexual assault on inmates, and that it was covered up by the warden and some more officials. Allegedly, that's what they're saying, but the lawsuit's in. What do you think about that? How does that work?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna be truthful about it. See, I've been locked up in Kentucky prison system, man. I did over 40 years, and I know how they operate. I've been in that institution, even Eastern.
Eastern, okay.
And this is the first time, though. I don't like doing it, but I'm about being truthful. I don't believe it.
You don't believe what?
I believe that a sexual
assault.
Well, I ain't gonna call it an assault.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a sexual encounter happened. I believe that part between inmate and chaplain. Mm-hmm. I can believe that part. Okay. Because I done been in there and seen a whole lot of sex stuff from prison officials and stuff, right? I've seen some disturbing stuff from certain chaplains in there, not in the form of sex, but in other things. And from this lawsuit saying that the wardens and all of them covered it up, I don't believe it. And here's why I don't believe it. You got some angry people working in prison, and some of them wardens are plumb nasty. What they usually cover up is stuff like killings and murder and assaults, like physical. Where they in on it. They cover up things that they really go along with, not things they don't go along with. A lot of like if a warden heard that a certain inmate, let's say me, that fights him a lot, provoked it or guard to where he went on and say, hell, I'm gonna fight you back. Yeah, they'll try to cover that up. They'll be like, you shouldn't have hit him back and all this, but they'll cover it up. Now on sexual, especially a male, in our prison system in Kentucky, there was a time when homosexual sex was acceptable. That's when I first came in prison. That's what I've been talking about. But before I left that prison, no. They did not like anything about gay people, period. And so I sit in there and I think about a chaplain. I know what they'll do to that chaplain. You know, they'll arrest him. They would arrest him, lock him up. The wardens, they would lock him up.
They fired him.
Yeah, they would fire him and lock him up and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they'll do, because I'm telling you, man, they zero tolerant of that stuff now. You know, I cannot see a whole group of them going along with that.
So are you saying the chaplain didn't do it, or is it a situation?
No, I'm saying that situation with the chaplain, they bring chaplains in there, and that's a situation that I'm going to say, you know, don't nobody come into prison and try to run. You know, a chaplain going to come in a man's prison, come here, boy, and take his butt. Nah, come on, man. They come in prisons real timid and really scared of inmates. They ain't nobody gonna try to take nothing from no inmate coming in there. And so, but the inmate was probably the type of inmate that was able to develop a relationship with the chaplain, get in good with the chaplain, learn that the chaplain was weak, you know, as far as mentally weak and really physically. And then saw an opportunity, I can overpower this from her, right? And probably, you know, it probably went through a lot of playful stuff first, you know, to make sure that, you know, it's going to go right. You know, like, all right, chap, I'll see you later. And call the chaplain by his first name. They start doing that. Then it's a hug. Damn, I don't want to let you go. Oh, well, you better. You know, real timid and scared. Like, then sooner or later, the inmate can say, you know what? I can get this. I can get this. I'm going to get him. And it went there. And, you know, once the inmates develop a relationship, they want stuff. You know, they don't have sex just to have it. They want stuff. Bring me some dope. Bring me some cigarettes. Bring me this. Because in these institutions, they don't smoke. So whoever got a relationship with this chaplain want the chaplain to bring them in some drugs and some cigarettes and all this stuff, right? I can see all that happening. Then I can see something happening where the inmate, like in Kentucky, they run their mouth a lot. They like to run out, hey man, guess what? They tell everybody their business and stuff starts circulating. And then people be, man, tell them to bring you some of that stuff in her. And then everybody want to go down there and try to get some. You know, man, you don't know what you're doing, bro. You know, let me go on down there. And then the chapel, he's like, you know, sooner or later, it'll reach the administration. Whatever goes on, it's a small community. A prison is a small community. Usually one person says something, everybody know it before the day's out. It reaches the wardens or the administration. So their thing is they don't just operate like that. They go through first trying to figure out if there's any way to prove this beyond a doubt, right? Or inmates say, hey, he said he's having sex. Yeah, they're running through each other's ears, then they'll put forth an investigation. And they'll put forth an investigation, and then from that investigation, they would determine if the inmate was telling the truth, if anybody else is involved, and whether or not he brought in drugs or weapons. You know, they got to consider all that before they zoom in on it, right? So it takes time through that process to really do it. So while they going through this process of trying to gather up all the facts and surrounding this, and it's very important that if you got somebody having sex, it's very important to figure out if they bring in handcuff keys, saws to saw your way out of your cell. And see, they got the cup, they just can't zoom in and say, hey, I'm gonna lock you up. You know, because, no, they won't find the evidence first. So through that process, people might say they knew about it. Now they were learning about it. And once they learned that that was what it is, bam, he's out of there. Now, of course, the inmate's gonna I don't know how much time that inmate is serving or whatever, but you know they usually gonna seek to get something out of it. I'm gonna get something out. I'm gonna sue him. Yeah, we had sex, and now it's proven.
So you think they had sex
It was
on
consensual.
a mutual level, but he could see he could get some gain from it. So
Yeah,
he
because
said,
he's busted now.
okay.
I mean, he's busted. You know, they know about it. They coming at him. They're like, hey, we know about what you're doing. Him, he fired. He's out of here. He's gonna be charged with a crime. Same coming to you. So inmate retaliate. You know what? Y'all gonna give me all this whole time, and y'all gonna lock me up and all this stuff, keep me in the hole. I'm gonna sue y'all. So somebody will tell them, or legal aid tell them, man, what you gonna sue them? And then in the lawsuit, you know, you put down they know about it and this and that, this and that, this and that. You don't even have to put them liars in there. They gonna get held responsible regardless because that's one of their workers, right?
Well, they must have proof that they actually had sex, though, probably. For them to fire the chaplain? I mean, do they just come through and just fire you because somebody say something?
No, they found out. Whatever it was, that's how they got a good. They find stuff out. When they want to find stuff out, they can find it out. I was locked up one time down the Grange, and somebody got a cell phone in. So somebody else got a cell phone. So they hired this black man. He was a detective off the street. And don't you know, he had something in his office. Well, as soon as they turn their phone on, it'll send a signal to him. He'll know the location of it, and they'll come down there and bust it. And they'll get it. And so, I'm saying that to say, they got a lot of things, resources to find out stuff. And then inmates in there, they tell. You know, I remember a time I had a relationship in there with a woman at nighttime. Nighttime. She comes through, one of them old white hee-haw girls, man, the big breasts, big thighs and butt. And I used to sit there and take and play with her breasts and finger, and I said, man, I got to get her. Don't you know the next day, IA called me down there and told me to turn her fire. Mm-hmm. They got 32 notes that I'm having relations, sexual inappropriate relation with a woman's staff. So I told him, I said, I remember what I told him. I said, no, it ain't me. I said, I'm not even into women, man. I like men. I said, especially men with bald heads like yours. He locked me up, though. And, you know, they was right. I was doing it. A lot of times, 90%, right now, 90% of the stuff come out of their mouth is usually true.
Out of whose mouth?
The official.
Okay.
You know, something they said inmates done and this and that. About 90% true. I give them that much, man. They got a system now. They find stuff out. But I'm not going to sit here and lie on them and say that I believe that the warden and his administration knew that this inmate was having sex with this chaplain and try to cover it up. No. They ain't going to play that. Man, when they hear something like that happening, man, they gonna use every resource they got to find out the truth of the matter. And that's something they ain't gonna set well with them. From then on, they gonna come back with restrictions. They gonna come back, the next chaplain gonna go through a series of, probably won't even want the job. But what they start doing, when they get to the point where they can't trust nobody, what they usually do is they'll take a guard that's been working with them, that everybody know, been with him for years, and turn him into a chaplain. That's how they when they want to really feel safe, that's how they do it. They'll just take a normal guard that is really on the verge of becoming a chaplain, just go on and turn him into the chaplain. I've seen a lot of prison officials, even in Eddyville. We had a problem in our church. They took people from the administration and just set them over the church. See? But yeah, that story, you know, the inmate gonna win though. He gonna win his lawsuit. But he trying to turn it into, he took my butt, you know, to a federal thing now. But the fact that they had sex and the fact that he's been fired from it, it will.
But he's not gonna win no money.
He'll get some.
I thought you couldn't profit if you was in prison.
No, that ain't called. That's a crime committed on you while you're in prison. That's a crime.
So you can get money from it?
Yeah, a whole lot of money. You know, you can't profit like if you left the street. Let's say if I left the
like your situation with MSNBC and Boondocks.
No, I can profit off of anything. The only time you can't profit is when it is in a contract that you can't profit. Like you make a deal with the Commonwealth. And they say, look, we can give you a life sentence, but we're going to give you 30 years. This is the deal, 30 years, and you can't profit on nothing. And you take that deal, it's the wrap.
I thought that was...
That's only if you sign a deal.
It must be a part of all the deals because...
The court, a judge gonna, either a judge got to say during your sentencing, I sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and where you cannot profit off of this in no way, right?
It must be a part of the. It must be a part of everybody's contract in prison.
No,
I'm gonna tell you why. That's why most of them don't release the books till they get out.
That's untrue. They got guys in prison. Joe, for instance. Joe. He's a white guy named Joe. Mm-hmm. In Louisville, Kentucky, he had, back in the 70s, he had that long hair, real long hair. White people say it looked like Jesus, right? Mm-hmm. So, the inmate did. So, they took a picture of him and put him under that every Christmas, during Christmas, when they put all that stuff out, you know, Jesus, they'll show in the Cure Journal newspaper. That's who used to run the Cure Journal. And show his face, and people were just bad from them. You know, wherever they put his face at, up under some company or whatever. Mm-hmm. Joe came to prison for all kinds of rape, all kinds of silly stuff, sodomy, rape, and in prison he's an old sissy. But Joe's money that he got to survive on, he's still getting paid.
He must have something set up, because how much money can you have in prison at one time?
Well, you can have as much as you want, but here's the thing, you can only spend $125 a week. But you can fatten your account up, you know, and then they let you put money in banks. They'll let you put money in the bank and let the bank send your money. Prison don't restrict that no more. They used to. Right now, they got technology. You can actually get on a kiosk, order stuff. You can, I can talk to you off of that same thing, JPay. And we can see each other. We be able to FaceTime each other and everything. You can sit there and talk to me while I'm in prison. I can say, right there in my unit, where you see You be able to see all the inmates walking past me. And I said, yeah, man, I'm just here, man. Get ready to go on back and play some poker, bro. And you said, yeah, man. I said, how's everything? And we be looking at you. Oh, man, here's so-and-so girls. I said, man, tell her, show me something, bro. And so they got all of that where it's, you try to pull your pants down, all that stuff, girls and stuff. They got that where it's recorded. So prison got a lot of stuff now, but the administration, only time this is not something they will even want to cover up, because they really against this sex stuff now. I'm talking about the prison in Kentucky is now against it. They was for it when I first went through all that, was going through it. But as I was coming out of it, with all them lawsuits and stuff, they hit them. No, they wasn't with that. They hired a new administration, new guards. They are not with it. I'm just telling you, they're not with it. I don't know the case right there, but I can tell you this. I bet you, yeah, he got sex from him. He intimidated that Chaplain, took advantage of him. I seen Chaplains come in there get taken advantage of, just too weak for the job. You in here surrounded by inmates that ain't got nothing now.
Where the guards at when these chaplains in there?
Well, the guards is out doing their duty, patrolling the prison, enforcing rules.
I know, but how you not protecting an outside person that comes in?
Well, churches in prison are actual, real church buildings. They're actual buildings. They got a door open.
It's not connected to the prison.
Yeah, it's inside the prison.
Okay.
It's inside the prison, and it's all connected though. But the guards is out walking the loop, you know.
That just don't make sense to me.
The prison, look.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm saying I don't understand why there's not a guard in there with the chaplain. I don't understand that.
Well, when you understand prison, you understand the most powerful thing guards got in there is their ink pen, a notepad, and that walkie-talkie. They have a walkie-talkie sitting on their desk. Inmate coming up say anything, all they gotta do is say, I need
I understand that, so why not have a guard in there with the chaplain?
Because they got cameras everywhere.
Oh shit, that ain't
They got cameras, but
that ain't gonna keep nobody from off of you.
You can't look. They coming at their own risk. When I was throwing Fleece on them, they was running to the lawmakers. Get it. Make a law. They said no, at your own risk. When you coming out as a chaplain, they ain't gonna. They take pride that they got the prisons and the prisoners to where they can bring tools in. They can bring in anybody else in and walk them through there and.
That's the craziest stuff I've heard.
And they got every man. This is how mentally programmed. They got prisoners to lay down in there. They scared of these people for real. Just like you see police is out here.
Yeah.
Soon you see a cop, everybody pick their money up and start running, shooting dice. As a policeman, everybody run. If they shooting dice in prison, somebody say, here come a guard. They gonna do the same thing. They gonna run. So they scared of the police.
Okay.
And so I remember, man, a time that I was working out back. I was in a carpentry class. And I was going somewhere. They may come through. They got a lot of gates out there. But the main gate that leads to the street, right there by that guard tower, it wasn't even a guard was on the toilet or something. That main gate was open. All them inmates working back there got life without life and all this stuff. Did not all run, bro. Didn't all they had to do is go through that gate It was wide open. And they free. And they so mentally, just like the slaves back then, they were just
brainwashed pretty much.
Brainwashed to obey. No matter what, to obey.
It just amazes me that
and in prison they got it like that, like the chaplains, they come in. Sheila was a woman, and the first woman of Eddyville, me and her got along, Sheila Byrne. And she came in, she used to take that key, a big old key, open that big steel door, she's in the chapel, she'll lock it back. Now she's in there by herself. So when she straightened her office up and stuff, she'll come back and unlock the door and go on back in her office. Now you got a big, I just say a big area, call it the living room when you come through. Then you come through that, then there's her office, and there's another office, and this office over here does Jewish and stuff. This other one does the Muslims. And then her office, then a little closets. She go in her office and have the door open, just sit behind her desk, so somebody come in, and she be behind the desk, and they'll, how you doing, Miss Chaplain? She said, hi, can I come in? Cause they are trained, you don't even come in their office unless they say you can come in. All inmates know it, and they all obey it. And she said, come on in. Now me, I got to the point where I don't have to look for me. I just walk in and sit down. What's up, Sheila? And we talk. But in Eastern, they had some real bad guards down Eastern. I mean...
What, just didn't do the job, or what do you mean
They
bad?
didn't, guards that didn't like inmates.
Crooked.
Yeah, crooked. They'll let you beat somebody to death in her. And they had Eastern has a lot of lawsuits on them. And done lost a lot of lawsuits for allowing that. You know, they had newspapers and stuff used to come in on that prison.
And you call it the gladiator school?
Yeah, that's where the young people go at, man. That's where they learn how to gang up on somebody, beat them to death.
Why you said that? That's where they learn?
Yeah. Because when they come in by themselves, right? These guys come off the street, shooters, you know. And when they go to Eastern, you ain't got your gun, man. Now you got to learn. You got to learn how to fight. You got to learn strategy. And so... And that's what they teaching down there. I didn't want to stay down there.
Who teaches them that?
Inmates.
They just teach you how to fight.
You either gonna fight or you die, man. You'll be a punk.
Oh, they okay, you learn by force.
Yeah, but you got a lot of guys come in, they wanna learn. Because now they know they ain't got their gun, and they see a lot of people in here that they had beef with on the streets, man. And the people that they see been in here lifting weights while they been out there shooting guns. So, but nah, I'm not gonna lie on the correction department. I know how they do it. I don't believe it. There's no way possible. I can't see no way possible. The administration knew about that sexual assault at the Chaplain and try to cover it up and make it look like it didn't. No. They would have been on that like stink on you know what. And that's how they do things, man. They don't, now, see, I changed all that. I did. When I fought them, and when we went to court and they lost that $200 million lawsuit based on my testimony, that did it. That changed, they changed that whole system. The food changed, everything changed. They started hiring more blacks, more different races of people, and their rules and regulations changed, and their principles. And the things that you wouldn't think they would ever change, they changed. I did it. Fighting me brought about all them changes. So when I left the prison, it was like God telling me, your job is done. Let me get you out of here now. Because it had to be God. Who else? I go in front of the parole board and cuss them. I didn't even know I had parole. I cussed these people out, man. I mean, bad. And they gave me parole the same day, and I went home the next day. God was like, your job is done. You know, I never knew I was a child of God until I went to prison and experienced all them dreams and revelations and stuff from God. God proved himself to me, that he exists, that the devil exists, that spirits exist, demons exist. I done seen all that scary stuff. I came out a changed man. Not totally, but changed. If you knew how I was before I went in, you would say, yeah, you a saint. But I made a lot of changes, man. I'm still up under that. And I'm writing a book now. And a book that I didn't even want to write. A book, all the stuff I said about myself, you think I want to say all that? Do you actually think I want to get up here and tell people my personal life, my sexual encounters with different people, talk about gay experiences and stuff like that, embarrassing stuff? No. No, I never wanted to tell nobody anything about me. So you ask yourself, well, why are you? God. God showed me some stuff, man, that put so much fear in my heart. And I said, Lord, I ain't doing it. I'm not going to do it. I ain't making that sacrifice. I'm not going to get out of here and try to speak for these rotten people. Try to ask you to forgive people that I think should be wiped off the face of the earth. I ain't doing it. And you ask me to go speak to them, to take your word to them, I ain't doing it. I went into that a lot, man, and God tightened me up. Just like he did Jonah, threw him in the mouth of a big fish. And when he thought he could find comfort up on that tree, made all the leaves fall off the tree. So the sun can, you gonna do what I was convinced I might as well do, I guess this is my duty, to get up here and tell y'all my experiences, right? Tell you what God has revealed to me. And that's it. My destiny is fulfilled, I guess, unless God has something else planned for me, a battle. I'm a man of battle. So, when I speak to y'all, I try to speak the truth. What I know is the truth. God done put it in me. Then already told me the truth is in me. You know, I done already seen the birth of Christ. I done already seen Moses. I seen that tablet that Moses broke. I seen that. I heard God's voice. I seen Jesus return. I seen the last thing I seen was the devil being released from that little prison he's in, and the impact he's gonna have on this world. And now to take everything that I done seen and everything I know, and I'm a man without an education. I really educated myself. I didn't come out of a college or school with degrees. And to be able to write a book, yeah, impressive. and to tell my story. What God, I put it in my book though, and it's whatever with me. Whether you believe it or not, it's just on you. And I tell God this, I tell him, God has been just pressing me to just, and then the life I'm still living, you know, I'm just gonna tell what God, that's why I wrote the book. And I learned something about that too. And I learned this. Let every man be alive and let God's word be true. Can you understand that part? Here's what it means. Like, take T.D. Jakes. It shouldn't even matter what his personal life is, because God gonna deal with that. But God has put things in him to tell people, to help people, and it doesn't actually help them. His words that come from him is coming from God, really, through him. Now, if he decides he wants to go out and live a bad life, that's on him. That don't make God, the things he spoke with God, untrue. It just makes him untrue to God. People, you know, you can listen, I can sit there and listen to a person all day long and know that when he's telling me the truth, and that truth he's telling me is helping me and helping my situation and bringing me closer to God, yeah, I want to hear that man speak. Now, whatever he does with his personal life, ain't got nothing to do with me. I want to hear what God put in you, man. You know, now whether you believe God or not, that's on him. That's how I would tell him. So really, I'm just laying back, man, trying to figure out. I'm 66 right now, and I got a way to go, but I'm convinced of one thing. We all gonna die. I don't know how I'm gonna die. I know it's gonna be by something. I don't know when, by what means. So, how can I save a life that I'm already gonna lose anyway, right? And why should I not want to do what is in my heart to do? You know, that's just like I spoke the other day ago, which is, like I said, it's in my book. But I give you a little brief stuff. I like talking about it. I done finished talking about that one thing though. And I try to understand the mindset of people, man. I mean, people try to understand how can people go to Hollywood, make billions of dollars, and then turn around and they all up in the news. I mean, you got everything you want. Everything you dreamed of is right there in your lap now. All the money, the wealth, the glamour, the fame, the glory, the women, the drugs, the drinking, the beautiful cars and homes and everything, and you ain't happy. I learned this about happiness. It's a state of mind, man. I can have little and be happy. And you can take somebody that's a millionaire and compare our lives. He can say his life is better than mine. No. You got more stuff than I got, but you ain't happy. I am. I got less than you and I'm happy, fortunate, blessed. You know, and this is what needs to be put in the mindset of people. That's about all I got to say right now.
Hey, Fleece, I was reading one of the newspaper clippings here in Kentucky, and they said Eddyville was operating at half capacity because of lack of staff. Did you ever see a day where they just wouldn't be able to have enough staff in prisons?
No. Actually, I haven't. Because when they do shakedown, you on the walk. Whereas on my walk is 20 cells. When they come on that walk, say shake down, get ready to shake down the whole walk. They got 2 guards, sometimes 3 to every cell that they get ready to enter. So that's just a shakedown guards. Now 3 cell house still got all their guards over there. Then they got guards down in the hospital. Then they got guards over in the 6 cell house. They ain't part of the shakedown. They still doing their normal job. How can they be without? Then they got guards working all them towers and stuff. Guard towers, sometimes 2 of them in there. They got more guards.
I guess more technology, you can cut some of the guards out, I guess. I don't know.
No, it ain't the technology. They got a thing where when they try to justify something, just like the jail, Louisville jail, they said they wanted to know how they was getting all that opioid and all that stuff in there. They say we understaffed. No, it ain't. You know what they do?
What's that?
When you go to jail, they just walk you through a machine. They don't tell you pull your clothes down like they used to. Run their hand through your hair, lift up your nuts, raise the bottom of your feet. They don't do that. They don't do it no more. And that's how the slip-off is coming. You go to prison, soon you go to prison, you're gonna strip off everything. And they're gonna cut your hair, run their hand through your hair. When you got all that dreadlocks and stuff, it's coming off. Cause they gonna check everything to make sure you ain't bringing in no drugs.
You mean in Kentucky?
In Kentucky. Usually it's supposed to be everywhere. Prisons everywhere. They ain't gonna just let you walk in there, man, bring in dope and contraband, right? So now, for Eddyville to say they understaffed, they trying to justify something that they not doing, and they saying, the reason we ain't able to do this is because we understaffed. Now you got more. You just ain't doing your job.
Where they sending? Because they have have capacity with inmates also. So where they sending these inmates to?
You're gonna always be had capacity when you got somebody in the politics hollering. We want to make strict punishment. Make it where inmates do more time and can in prison, and they don't get out as quick as they been getting out. Go ahead and do it, dummy. Cause you know what it's gonna do? It's gonna put you in there where you're gonna have a big pile of inmates in there and not enough guards to deal with them. You keep locking up all these inmates, then you get this attitude thing where they don't want to let them go. Little manner stuff. You go up for parole. Mr. Johnson, we see on your thing that you got rolled up for cussing a guard. Yeah, I did. Well, we can't let you go home. We're gonna see you and come back the next 5 years. Why? That's all. They gonna make you do extra years in prison because you cuss somebody. Man, let this man go home, man.
You mean if it's all he's done?
It's usually, I'm speaking in general on one little silly report. We're causing people to defer you for 5 or 6 more years. You know, in other words, you locking me up. And then they take your good time and you get a write-off. You know, let's say I got 12 years, and let's say I can serve out on that in, let's say, 6 years, 7 months. Kill that whole 12. I get a write-off, go on court call. Well, we taking 180 days good time from you. Good time. That means that while I was getting out 6 years and 7 months, now put 180 days added to it. We taking 90 days good time from you. Add 90 more to that until it gets to the whole 12 years. They can keep doing that until it gets to the 12.
But shouldn't the inmate act like he got some sense at that point?
Depends on what you call act like you got sense. What is like?
Not
okay. Here's what they call act like you got sense. Take the slaves, for instance. I sat there and watched one of them beat my mama. I raped her. All the other slaves tell me, I'll tell you what, you better act like you got sense and you didn't see what you saw. Your mama will be all right. If you actually think I'm gonna go for that, no. And in prison, they got a lot of stuff that they say, act like you got sense.
Yeah, but it's not your mother though. You in prison and you going up in front of the board and you cussing people out. If you don't get let out, it's your own fault at that point. Especially if I know I'm gonna get flopped, why would I cuss them out knowing? Now get into a fight with an inmate because somebody's picking a fight with you, I can understand you defending yourself, which is horrible because you get flopped, like you said, you get flopped on that too. But just cussing somebody, I mean, I would try to refrain from that, knowing that's gonna get me flopped.
I tell them kiss my butt. You know, and that's how I did. I cussed them to the last day, and I don't regret it. Here's the thing, though.
But you turned 10 into 40.
Hey, here I am, though.
Yeah, but look what you done missed out here.
Yeah, what I missed. Look what I gained in there.
What you gained in there?
God. A belief in God and Jesus.
You could have got that out here.
I didn't have it out here and would have never got it out here.
You would never get it?
Would have never got it out here. Because I didn't believe in God.
I don't think I won't give up that much time.
Well, I'm just saying, it ain't something that I wanted to give up. It's something that I said to myself, it happened. And had I to do it all over again, it probably wouldn't happen. I'd be a little more intelligent.
Well, see, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I ain't talking about I'm going to do wrong and you get it. Look.
You just made my point.
No, the point is not made.
You just made my point.
No, the point,
you gave up too much time when you didn't have to.
Man, what I did, I had to do. And
you didn't have to do that.
Look, let me tell you something, man. You ain't listening. These systems that these white people set up in America, these systems, they set them up. What they say is right and what they say is wrong is what they believe everybody should believe. If I see a wrong, it's a wrong. And I'm coming against it. You know, everybody can tell me I'm wrong from doing that. The consequences, well, look at Martin Luther King had consequences.
Yeah.
I mean, you can read in the Bible, and the Bible tell you point blank in the Bible, in the verse, said, where there's a testator, there also must be of necessity the death of that testator. What he's testifying is of no force until he's dead. That is biblical. Everybody that has fulfilled their duty in the Bible has met death. According to the scripture, It said without the death of that testator, you know, it ain't, he got to die. It's necessity.
We all gonna die.
No, you ain't listening to what I'm saying.
You're not gonna convince nobody that it was a good thing. It was a good thing to turn 10 into 40 to prove somebody wrong.
No. Moses took his people 40 years through the desert, through wilds and barefooted. They went. You know, I'm not going to be afraid of punishment or consequences coming from nobody.
You just said if you could do it over, you would.
I would be more intelligent. I would still do stuff, but
you arguing what you did, and then you gonna say you would have did it over.
No,
if you would have did it over, then
it's
some things. There's some things that you would have changed.
No.
If it's some things you would have changed, you know it wasn't necessarily the right thing to do.
No, I would have fought my battles.
You just said you wouldn't. If you had to do it over again, you would have did it.
I'd have been more intelligent in the way.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't say that what you did was necessarily the right thing if you'll do it a different way. If you could do it over.
Okay, let me show you the key that you missing.
Okay.
Now that I'm more intelligent, what's the point? That's the key.
Okay, I agree with that.
Now, at the time when I went in there and I handled things the way I handled it, yeah, that's the way I did it. And I got things done.
Because you wasn't as intelligent, right? Because that's what you just said. Now that you're more intelligent, you wouldn't have handled that way.
I say it like this. I'm going to fight evil. When I feel that I gotta fight evil, something evil coming against me, something I don't stand for, I'm against, I'm gonna fight it without fear of consequences, with no fear of the punishment of nothing. You know, the aftermath, none of that's gonna matter. Only thing gonna matter is that I fight. You know, and that's it. That's the bottom line. And so whatever it takes me to, 40 years, 100 years, my death, whatever.
But you just said you wouldn't have did it. If you could do it over, you would have did it a better way.
A better way of
and
fighting.
It wouldn't have got you 40 years.
I didn't say it wouldn't have got me 40
years. If you
years.
did it more intelligently, it wouldn't have.
Probably got me more if I did it intelligent. Because, shoot, they didn't want me to know all that. But I tell you what, though, it's a touching subject, though, because people don't understand that. Martin Luther King. Yeah, there was time, even Malcolm X, there was times when they knew, these people had knowledge, just like I got, that they knew that what they was doing
was going to cost them something.
It's their life.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King spoke about losing his life before that shot rang out. He knew, it was revealed, it's in the Bible. You know what's coming. You don't fulfill your course. Once your course has been, what God has planned for you, once that's fulfilled, this world is no place for you. This world is unworthy of you. You know, these is God's holy people. This world is not even for you. This world is getting ready to get destroyed. So, don't even try to hang on to anything down here. You know, set your above your whole focus, your attention. And that's what the scripture tells you, because this is over down here. All this stuff is over. There ain't gonna be no more of that. What God did in the days of Moses, split the Red Sea, sent all them prophets that they was killing, perform miracles and turning water to wine and walking across. It ain't gonna happen no more. When Jesus came and they did what they did to him and he said it's finished, it's over. The world's gonna be allowed to run its course without intervention from up there. Ain't gonna be no intervention no more. And then you got all these people standing up telling people, we gonna make the world a better place. God has tried that since the fall of man, and he ain't been able to do it. You smarter than God? You show me a man smarter than God. God has been trying it since the fall of man. Prophets done tried it. Jesus tried it. A whole lot of other people tried it. Is the world a better place? Come on, man. It's going to be destroyed. That's the only thing left to do. Everybody will fall back. They tell us to fall back. You know, if a person cuss you, don't even try cussing back. He won't fight, don't even fight him. That's in the scripture. Don't let evil make you become evil. Because people, when they deal with evil, usually the only way to deal with evil is to do something evil back. So you become the very thing you fighting against.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jesus said, no, just don't. And it's hard to just don't. It's hard. I'm working on that part. The don't. Man, 3 sellouts. I remember one day in 3 sellouts in a hole. They locked up his sissy named Maurice, bow-legged, light skin out of Cincinnati. Big old hair, big old butt, small waistline, big thighs and stuff. Everybody said he's cute. He said he was of the Janet Jackson family. But a lot of inmates that wanted to get with him, he would treat them like he wouldn't talk to them. How y'all doing? Hey, come here, baby. I ain't got time to mess with y'all. And then keep walking. So he had a man, but his man was one of them jealous type of men.
You mean in there?
Yeah, Baltimore. That was his name. And Baltimore was a skilled athlete. You know, he's a sportsman. Man, he played baseball. He knocked it over the wall. Played basketball, he was good. Anything he did sports-wise, he was good in it. So that was Maurice's man. So couldn't nobody get Maurice. So one day Maurice come to the hole. I'm the walkman. Maurice had one problem. Maurice enjoys looking like a woman, but he had a problem. He grows face of her quick. So he said, hey, walkman. He want everybody to see him as cute. He don't want nobody to even see no sign or hair on him, period. Because, you know, he think he's a woman. He said, Walkman. And I'm the Walkman. I said, yeah. He said, come here, baby. Now this baby. Now he wants to talk. I said, I'll be up there in a minute. I got to show that, really, man, I ain't trying to talk. You know, you don't want to talk to nobody out in the yard. You walk around shaking your big old yellow butt, right? He said, Walkman. I said, what you want? Come here for a minute. I said, hold up. So I went up there. I said, what you want? He said, can you get me a razor? See, you ain't allowed razors in the hole. You got to be issued a razor.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, I can't. He said, what you mean? I said, I'm not getting you shit. No, I ain't gonna get you nothing. So I walked away, so he called me back. He said, I know what it is. I said, what? He said, you just plumb under it. He said, you want some of this, don't you? Is that what you're doing, trying to torture me? I said, look, Maurice, look, do you think what you want? You know, I got things to do. I'll talk to you later. He said, come here. Please get me a raise. I said, I ain't getting you nothing. He said, why? I said, what you gonna do for me? He said, I knew it. I knew it. I said, here, get this. And I go get you a razor. And he got it. Now, when he got him a razor, so he can keep his little face smooth and come out and everybody say, hey, babe, ooh, you so cute. But see, that's some of the games that you go through in prison, right? And I seen a guy one day walk up to somebody's cell in the hole, and he said, hey, get this. Threw his thing through the dude's bar. Dude said, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Little young white guy. They say he was cute. So the dude left, got a mop bucket, put some boiling water in it, filled that mop bucket up, rolled it in front of his door, picked it up and threw it on him. You can hear dudes screaming like, ah, you burning up in there, right? But you know, plain water, it'll burn you, but it ain't gonna leave no more because it ain't got chemicals in it, just water. It'll go away. 2 days later, he went back up to that dude's cell, said, come on, get this. And it was quiet. So I take my mirror, stick my mirror out the door, and I'm looking down the hall like that. I seen dude moving back and forth like that. I said, dude's getting it. He said, oh, baby, keep it up. Ooh, ooh, I'm doing it. I'm coming. And he got it. You know, and you won't talk about subject matter, talk about this. You got a lot of people out there that come up with subject matters on this, subject matters on this. This is supposed to be America, man. We have a constitution, right to freedom of speech, right? You know, we shouldn't even be required if the freedom of speech is according to the Constitution. We shouldn't be
censored
under constitutional law to right to freedom of speech, right? And it shouldn't be a censor thing right there. Now, I know they gonna throw up, well, we censor things because of kids.
And racism and religion and stuff like that too.
Yeah, and what you don't realize is that the parents has a responsibility to censor their own kids. You know, we got liquor stores that say kids can't buy liquor. We got other stores that say you gotta be a certain age to buy cigarettes. So, why should you censor adults? Why should I be censored for speaking what I went through? You know, the subject matter. It's an important subject matter. When you talk about 1 billion gay people worldwide, and when you talk about a system of powerful gay people, when I say worldwide, let's talk about the powerful, the ones that is in banks, that controlling politics. They have power in all sectors of society, all levels. You know, they everywhere. But what you don't know is what it is doing to your country. Y'all don't have the ability to see into the future, right? Y'all don't have even the slightest idea of what it's gonna be like 30 years from now. You know, as this gay thing is more and more in the open and more acceptable in the world and in our society, schools and businesses and jobs. It's if you can't see what it's getting ready to lead to, and you think about your kids, your grandkids, their kids, your legacy, what you leaving behind. You know, we ain't talking discrimination or nothing that. We talking facts. What type of world you think it's gonna be? What type of country you think it's gonna be 40 years from now? You think it's gonna be now with 1 billion gay people in the world? You think that's gonna triple or double in 40 years? Yeah, most likely. It's gonna, in 2-3 years it can double. Because every time one gay person has sex with somebody else, he becomes gay. So, you know, welcome to that day little gayhood, brotherhood, gayhood. But here's the thing though, right now is the time to start speaking on it. And to let the public know, you know, what the situation is gonna be like in the world, man. I mean, there's a documented account of a time when a man didn't even desire a woman. It's documented in the Bible. There was a time when the whole town, that whole town was gay. The old people, the young people, the teenagers, the adults, even the kids, all of them was gay. And they surrounded this house and told these two people that just went in, knocked on and beat, they were trying to beat the door down and bring them out. No respect, right? Ain't no knock on the door. Hey, can I talk? They were trying to bust the door in. And you know what? They didn't know the two people inside was angels sent down to destroy them. They came for that purpose, to destroy them at that time. And the man stepped, he said, hold up. He went out there and said, look, I got 2 daughters in her. Daughters, virgins, ain't never even touched a man. Take them. Do whatever you want, but to these strangers just come in my house, don't do this, man. They said, get out of the way before we do it to you. The man just said, no, you get out of the way. They went out there and did something and bland everybody around that house. They said the whole house, the whole yard was fueled. The whole house was surrounded. And they blanded them. Hit them with some sort of blindness where they couldn't see. They would look, they already knew. So he told him, get your stuff, go get your wife and your kids, get up out of here, because we were sent to destroy Sodom, Gomorrah, and all the little neighboring cities around it that is doing this gay stuff. We were sent by God to destroy this. And because they say that cries and the evils that they done reached the ears of heaven. So when you think about the crimes and sins, what kind of crimes and sins they was forcing people to be as they were. And so we live in a time now where we got 1 billion gay people in her, and everybody seems to think that all these gay people just come out of their mama gay. Mama, I want to be gay. Girls, mama, I'm a boy. I'm not a... Somebody has made them that way. See, that's the point nobody's getting. It ain't something they doing on their own. Somebody is making them that way. And look how many, and the world is turning a blind eye to all this. And now we getting to the point where the girls don't want a man and the men don't want a girl. It's getting that point.
Book out next month. Who Fleece Johnson? Who is Fleece Johnson? Either the middle of May or the end of May. We'll get back with you on the date. Y'all have a good day.